What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Copart walk around. That means it is Thursday. That also means most likely if we bid on something, we either won it or we lost it by now, but you guys probably won't know till next week. So we want to give a big shout out to Copart out here, 2829 Southeast 15th Street here in Del City, Oklahoma, for letting us come out here and do this. Great people here. It's a great experience buying cars from these guys and gals. Sorry, these guys and gals. Always enjoy coming out here and doing these walk around videos for you. Let's jump into this with a 2016 Carnage vehicle. This is not one we're looking at buying. It is Carnage. I'm gonna, if I can find some reasonable Carnage, I'll throw a little bit of Carnage in there for those of you that were really wanting it. But I don't want to be doing Carnage where it looks like someone, you know, didn't make it out. Wow. Look at that. I mean, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I got to be very careful because, as you can see, there is just metal everywhere. Like this is gonna hurt if you touch it. So the door is ripped off and folded in half backwards. Part of the door panel is still attached on the inside. Dang, I like the Malibu too. I really do. Sucks to see one look like this though. Hey, look, there's a coil spring down there. That's a suspension component element. That's a suspension element. Oh, there's been little raccoons in here. Got little raccoon handprints all over the place. I always think that's cute. Open the door and let's get that out the way. That didn't go to this car. I don't think. I guess it could have. Oh yeah, paw prints everywhere. Wow. Yeah, that's a bad day, man. That was a bad day. But hey. The good news is, looks like whoever was inside of it walked away. That's always it's always a good thing. A 2006 BMW 325i. I don't know what I was thinking when I put this on the list. Yeah, there's so many cars. I go through them so fast, guys. You know, sometimes I end up getting here and I look at them and I'm like, dang. It's obviously got scrapes all down the hood. Fender, door, sideswiped. Door side swiped, quarter panel side swipe, missing left rear drip molding, 150,000 miles. Obviously all the markings up here. We got lots of damage up top here. The back of the car, it's got damage too. This is one of those cars I think just every piece of this car is damaged. Yeah, it is damage here, lots of something, damage there, damage to the mirror, damage to the fender. So literally every single panel on this car is damaged, like every single one of them. Now it is listed as a run and drive. I don't know if this is the twin spool turbo, as they call it. Someone left the key in it or something, and it's yeah. So the battery's dead. The mirror is gone. The airbag, something chewed it up, it looks like. Looks like something got up there and just ate it. It does have what looks like maybe navigation. It's got a nice screen. There's lots of vape pen stuff, and it's kind of gross. Lots of change. Let's pop the hood. I think the hood is already popped. Take a look under there. Yeah, I don't know what happened to this car. Maybe it's like a vandalism, or maybe this car just had a really hard life, you know? Yeah, I don't think this is that twin spool turbo or whatever they call it, because normally it says it right on top here. This should still be the 3-liter, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, the hood's trying to fall on me. You guys may have to comment below and tell me if the 325 has the 3-liter in it. I could have swore it did. So it is a 3-liter. I don't know, guys. It looks rough, real rough. I'm not even going to try to start this one. This is something I'm just not interested in. Here's a great little flip car. It's a 2008 Ford Taurus. This is a donation, which donations are a mixed bag, honestly. Most of the time, I have good luck with them. A few times, I've had horrible luck with them. But for the most part, if you come out and check them out for yourself, these are usually pretty decent cars. Who knows why they were donated? Tax purposes. It could be someone passed away and the family donated it because they just didn't want to deal with, you know, trying to sell their deceased relative's vehicle or something. It's hard to say. Also, there just comes a point when the car is so damaged, like it's got a bad transmission or something, it makes more sense to send it to the auction than to try to sell it, because you might actually get more from an auction than selling it to somebody that knows it's got a bad transmission. Like I said, it's a mixed bag. Come out here and look at them. This one has nice tires. Okay, so there's a good start. What kind of tires we got? That tells you a lot about a car too. It's got Firestones. All right, 157,309 miles. The body's in relatively good shape until you get over to this side. We've got Gary Johnson for president. Okay, I don't know who Gary Johnson is, I'll be quite honest with you. Looks like the bumper, someone probably, this reminds me like maybe grandma type thing. Oopsie, bumped into something. I think this could all be put back. It's just a matter of disconnecting the bumper back here and kind of lining everything back up. This is really not worth fixing. It's a cheap flip car. We've got, see, older person. There's little clues you got to look for. A member of the ACBL. That is a first-rate clue. This was an old person. This is the American Contract Bridge League. All right. Okay. All right. So this is an elderly person, older person. I don't want to say elderly. It's not just elderly people that play bridge. I mean, I don't even know what bridge is. So I don't know. But I do know that thanks to that sticker right there, that confirmed everything I needed to know about this car. Everything. Which makes me feel a lot more confident that this is probably going to be a decent car. Probably. And the fact that it has power started right up. The Ford Taurus is the same thing as the Ford 500. I had a Ford 500. It's a great car. It really was. I hear a little bit of noise from under the hood. Doesn't sound like anything too crazy. Some of these cars have been sitting for months and months, guys, so it doesn't surprise me when you first fire them up and they're not happy. You know, they make a little bit of noise. Lifter taps. Turn on the air conditioning. That's always important. Check the important windows. Works. We've got an ABS light, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. Other than that, no check lights at all, and that's good. And the thing is, if it has a transmission problem, there should be a check engine light. And because this car fired up on its own, that means any codes in it should still be stored in it, and you would still have a check engine light for a transmission problem. Now, it is idling awful high. I'm noticing that the air conditioning is ice cold. I'm going to turn that off now. It's actually idling very high. It's at almost 1500 RPM. I'm going to give it a little bit of gas, see if it backs down. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you just got to give them a little kick in the pants. Put it in reverse. There's backward, and put it in drive. There we go. Yeah, she moves. Okay. Yeah, she moves. Okay. All right. Let's pop the hood. Interior's clean. The body's clean. I mean, the tires are good. They still have nipples on them, for God's sake. Take a peek under here. Hood struts are a little on the weak side. We got a fairly new Continental battery. Good sign. No real blow-by to speak of. That's good. You're not going to check the trans on these. Oh, wait. Yes, you can. It actually has a transmission fluid dipstick. How about that? And let's see. The fluid is very clean. That is good-looking fluid. What do you think, guys? I think for a flip car, this thing would be great. It shouldn't go for much. I mean, it's not like this is a hot commodity item. It's a Ford Taurus. But I think this would be a great car for somebody. Comment below and tell me what you think of the Ford Taurus and how much you would bid on it if you were the one bidding. Next on my list is the Ford Exploder. This is the Exploder Sports Track. So basically, it's a Ford Explorer with a bed. For those of you that don't know, it's a tiny bed. There's really not much you could do with the bed on this thing unless you're just hauling. I'm not even sure you could fit one of my refrigerators in here, to be honest with you. Not too bad. The tires look decent. The body is The body's acceptable, but it looks like it's been sitting for a long time. I see a lot of built up residue from like tree, pollen, stuff like that. So it's probably been sitting. Cracked windshield, 206,000 miles. Oh, yeah, okay. Sniff test. It smells like ass. Pop the hood. This one's pretty nasty, guys. I'm like almost immediately, I don't think I'm even interested in this one at all. Let's see if we can find the hood release. It's got the 4.0 that's known for dropping valves, but it does have an Optima blue top battery. So someone did spend some money on the battery. The question is the battery going to start it? Because I don't think it is. I think this has been sitting for a long, long time. It's got oil. The oil doesn't look good. It's black, but it does have oil. It's worth putting a key in it and seeing if it's going to do anything. Oh, Lord. Some of these cars just, they smell off of the hood just fell on me. That's nice. Glad I wasn't under there. Dead as a doornail. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I hope that you agree with me, but this thing is just, this is rough. It's kind of on the nasty side. It smells bad. And I'm not feeling this one. So I'm going to go with my instinct on this. And we're going to walk away. Next on my list, you guys are going to love this. A 2010 Nissan Maxima with hail damage. But it's not just any Maxima. This Maxima has 290,000 miles on the odometer. I ran a Carfax just out of curiosity. It's a one owner, dealer maintained, all the way up until very recently. About 2 years ago, it went in and Carfax shows the transmission was checked. That's all it says. And yes, it has had transmission fluid services. This thing has had like every fluid service known to man. So I figured 300,000 mile Maxima, let's take a look at it. It actually looks really good. Aside from the hail damage, some scuffing right here. Tire back here. I can see the tires are mismatched because this is a General. Okay, General G Max on the rear. And then on the front we have Continental Extreme Contact. So I mean, at least they're good tires. Let's see if they match over here. Hopefully we got a Continental here, and we do. Continental Extreme Contact, and we should have a General on the back, and we don't. We have another Continental Extreme Contact. So 3 Extreme Contacts, and maybe that was a tire that just ended up replaced because they blew it out or something. 300,000 miles. It's listed as a run and drive. I'm thinking of taking a risk on this just because I don't think I've ever, well, I have. I purchased, and you guys won't believe me, but I purchased a Dodge Caravan or a Plymouth Voyager that had 750,000 miles on the odometer. True story. It ran and drove, but it ended up having a junked title, so I wasn't able to actually do anything with it. I do have a picture of it. If I can find the picture, I know it's on my computer somewhere. I've got pictures, guys. I have had probably around 1,000 cars go through my hands in my almost 40 years of life. So I'm no stranger to cars, and I've got pictures of, I mean, most of them on my computer. If I can find that Caravan, I took a picture of the instrument cluster just because I wanted to be able to prove at some point that I actually owned an almost 1 million mile car. So this one, how's everything look under the hood? The oil, look at that golden oil. I don't think we have a trans dipstick on these. If we do, it's right here. We do. They have a trans dipstick. Let's see what it looks like. It's clean. Look at that. That is clean transmission fluid. This could actually be a running and driving. Let's turn this back around the right way. 300,000 mile Maxima. Let's put a jump start on this and find out. Are you ready? You think it's gonna fire up? Started right up. Wow. Does the screen over here work? Nothing's on. It doesn't look like this screen over here works. It's like it's partially lit up. No, it does. That came on, then the radio, I guess, is up top. I don't know. How do you turn the radio on? Okay, so maybe the radio doesn't work. That's fine. Looks like the, we'll turn on the air conditioning. I want to verify that that works for sure. Turn it on 60 degrees, air conditioning. It'd be nice if I could figure out how to turn the AC where I want it. There we go. That's good enough. Oh, let's see. We have a battery light. The brake light is on, so okay, and that's not because of the e-brake being on. E-brake is off. Close this door. Window works. Got a low tire light, a brake light, a battery light. Air conditioning does work, so I'm going to turn that off now. It actually runs great. Very responsive engine. Let's put it in gear. It went backward. And it goes forwards, guys. She moves on her own back and forward. Not sure why the brake light is on. Perhaps it's just a little low on brake fluid, but the brakes are firm. Brakes are solid. We have no radio. So I guess that's just what it is. No radio. The seats are in good shape. Headliner's in good shape. Got a sunroof. I don't know, man. Put an alternator on this bad boy and put some air in the tires. She might just be all right. Look, you got the paddle shifters and everything too. Look at that. That's nice. This is a nice little car, man. The steering still feels relatively tight too. Comment below, what do you think of the Nissan? Next, we got a 2005 Toyota Tundra. These are always great trucks, man. They sell well. Front end damage. Looks like it took a bit of a front end hit right here. Nothing too major, and nothing, honestly, I think is even worth fixing. It's old, it's banged up. It shows it's got 190,000 miles on the odometer. It's almost 200,000 miles, lots of hail damage. Really good tires. A little bit of front end damage, in my opinion, is not really going to affect resale value all that much. And the price to buy all those parts and fix them, to me, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. The rest of the truck is in pretty good shape, aside from the hail damage, and it's dirty. Lots of magazines. We won't look and see what those are. The tires are really, really meaty. These are Goodyear Wrangler. These are the duplex Kevlar tires. Those are good tires, man. Really good tires. The truck looks pretty good. Tailgate works. It's a little hesitant, but it works. See what the interior looks like and smells. Smells all right. Smells all right. It's a good sign. That's a good sign. Door's a little squeaky, but door panel's in good shape. Seat bolsters are in good shape. Let's climb in. Oh. Let's put a key in it and fire it up, man. Oh, wow. It started right up. Started right up. Get the AC on. So this is what, full-time all-wheel drive, I'm guessing, because we have a shift to 4 low right here, which obviously you need to be in neutral. I pushed it. I don't believe it listened to me. AC is ice cold. I'm going to turn that off now because that is very cold. Put it back in park. Okay, so whatever the shift L button is, maybe somebody can comment below. I don't know Toyota's. Cargo lamp was left on. I turned it off. Yeah, this button doesn't seem to do anything. I don't see any like range selector for 4-wheel drive anywhere in here. So if this is 4-wheel drive, then it's got to be all-wheel drive. Little cubby holes. It's a very clean truck. Very basic. Look at the cool little cup holders right there. How about that? Ashtray. Check engine light's on, maintenance required light is on, and the tire pressure light is on. Give it a little gas. Okay, engine sounds healthy. Important window does work. Put it in gear, make sure she moves. Yep, backward. And forward. Boy, she revved a little high. she's idled up just a little bit there. That's okay. That's normal, especially for cars that sit for a while. When you first fire them up, they like to idle high for a little while. Maybe this is just a two-wheel drive. I'm thinking this is just two-wheel drive, but I don't know what that Shift L means. I can't get the hood open. I'm gonna have to get some help. Hey, there we go. We got it. Come over here and find the hood. There she is. All right, we got the 4.7 iForce V8. Let's see how things are looking under here at 200,000 miles. Honestly, pretty dry. Looks like someone did power steering service recently. You see the color on that power steering is actually very clean. So this was a well cared for truck. Check the coolant. Coolant looks clean as well. Not bad, guys. Not bad. I like this one. Yeah, this is a two-wheel drive truck. So I don't know what the Shift L stands for. Make sure the hood stays closed. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is on the list. Let's see what happens. All right, so time for the real fun. We're done at the main lot. Now we got to go down to the sub lot and check out the cars over there. So let's get to it. Next on my list is a 2008 Ford Fusion. Yeah, you know, it's worth coming and checking it out, guys. It's a donation. It's probably not going to go for much because it is a Ford Fusion. I'm also looking for something to replace my Chevy Cruze on Toro, and maybe even add another car or two to the Toro platform. I don't know. Another grandma bump right here, maybe. This looks like it ran into the trailer hitch of a truck, right? Those knee breakers on pickup trucks. For those of you that are wondering, the way Toro works, yeah, a lot of you think that there's like these weird mileage caps. There's no mileage caps. Guys, you can have a car on Toro that has 300,000 miles. Toro doesn't care. But, and here's the but, you cannot put a salvage title vehicle on Toro. You cannot put a rebuilt title vehicle on Toro. When you list your car on Toro, it must have under 130,000 miles. So you got to have 129,999 miles on your car or less when you initially list it on Toro. If it has more than that, not going to happen. Okay, they do have year requirements too. I don't remember what they are. But once you get your car on Toro, basically, you're good to go. So this car looks pretty decent. It's a little dented and banged up, some hail dings, but this would make a great cheap commuter car on Toro. 105,000 miles, not salvage, donated. Very important. Does this close? Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, so this is one of those like $25 a day cars is what I call this. Put the key in it. That is the door now. Of course, it doesn't look like anybody's been here and even looked at this. I had to try the other key just in case. It's not a bad looking car. I think this is worth firing up and taking a better look at it. Maybe not. I think this is actually broken. Let's get a booster pack on it. We'll check the fluids real quick. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look too bad under here, guys. Very clean cap. That's a good sign. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but timing chain and everything in there looks very clean as well. So it looks like it's probably had good maintenance. And I'm sure the oil is going to look decent as well. It's due for an oil change. You can tell, but it's not black. It's a darker brown. Do we have trans fluid dipstick on this one? We do, on the back. Thank you, Ford. The fluid is bright pink or dark red, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so the oil looks good. The trans fluid looks good. Coolant? There's no coolant. That's concerning. Well, the other thing that's concerning is the spider webs or cobwebs all over it. All over under here. So that is also very concerning. With bright pink transmission fluid, no coolant, and spider webs all over it, this one does have me somewhat concerned that there may be a problem with it. It could be a cooling system issue, head gasket issue, water pump, which isn't a big deal. Water pump, I believe, is driven off the cam over here. Transmission issue? I don't know. Let's put a booster pack on it and see if it runs. Well, it runs. It's definitely misfiring. You can see the engine shaking. Hopefully you can see the engine bouncing around under there. Now that's not, don't let that scare you. Like really, some of these cars, they're donated because someone passed away, and the cars could have sat for months and months, and in some cases even longer than that. Ethanol fuel starts breaking down and deteriorating after like 60 to 90 days. So I don't always let a misfire scare me away from a car. I'm still willing to give it a shot. This thing's got dents all over it though. I mean, this may be a little too messed up for Toro, to be quite honest with you, even at a $20 a day car. Unlock this, make sure, okay, the door works. It's got significant damage all over. We got paint peel, we got hail damage on the roof, very significant hail damage and dings all down this side. Needs a couple tires. As far as a flip car though, if it starts running right, and it still looks like it's misfiring, you know, it really could just be a thing of it needs some fresh gas. It could also be something more serious. You know, let's not kid ourselves here. Could be a coil, it could be a spark plug, it could be low compression. You know, there's just, you never know. So it's always good to come out here, and I love to give them a little gas to see if it clears up when you rev it. But in this case, this is a dead miss. That's what I call a dead miss anyway. It doesn't matter the RPMs. No, she's straight up missing. It goes right into gear, forward and backward, and it moves under its own power, forward and backwards. Turn the air conditioning on, see if it works. Let's see, what do you think? Think the AC is gonna work? I don't know. We'll find out here in just a second. What's interesting is the check engine light hasn't come on yet. Like, we've got a dead miss and we do not have a check engine light on. We've also got a cracked windshield. I forgot to mention it's got a big old crack going right across, so this will have to be fixed first thing. That's in the driver's line of sight. You can't do that. I would think the air conditioner would be cold by now. I guess I could be wrong. Yeah, that misfire is not going away, and the air conditioning is not cold. So I'm going to say that this could be a good flip car, you know, and heck, you might even be able to make it a good Toro car if you put a couple tires on it, fix the misfire, get the AC working, replace the windshield. I don't know. To me, this one's just not it, so we're going to walk away. Last on my list for today, you may have seen this one in last week's videos, and the reason we're back to it is because the price on it is so good. I'm having a real hard time talking myself out of it, although I know I don't need it. It's the Hyundai Genesis, man. It's a 2012 Genesis, 192,000 miles on the clock. This, I ran the Carfax, is a one owner, and again, dealer serviced. It's had a lot of work done, as you can imagine, in 192,000 miles. It runs. We started it up last time, and it ran phenomenally. Is that a word? Phenomenally? Phenomenally? Babe, is phenomenally a word? Phenomenally. Yes, phenomenally is a word. Okay, good. Good, good. Otherwise, we're going to have to edit and redo that. I'm just kidding. Firehawk tire on the back. Damage to the rear quarter. Scratches all over. Clear coat peel. Hail damage. What the tire on the front is a ZX, a Falcon ZX. Bumper damage, inner fender liners falling out, bumper alignment issues on the front, broken piece of the bumper down here, hail damage to the hood. We've got a Falcon on this front too, so at least those two front tires match. That's a good sign. And then the two back tires are the, what are they, Firehawk or whatever. The tires look relatively decent. The interior is pretty good. A little bit of chrome peeling off here. You got to watch this. When you get that chrome peeling off the door handle here, it'll slice you. Like I actually had my finger sliced wide open on one of those. It's a stick shift, but the clutch pedal goes all the way to the floor. And that is the problem with this car. You push the clutch, see that? It's gone. You got to take your toe and pull it back up. It will not shift because of this, obviously. It could just be... There's some pressure when I push it, not much, but there is some. I feel like there's a tad bit of hydraulic pressure. that is something that could be fixable. The transmission does shift into all gears, but when it's running, obviously, you know, it's not gonna shift. So yeah, I don't know. I'll pop the hood. This is not the V6. If this was the V6, I probably would have bought this already. I wouldn't have been able to talk myself out of it, but because it's the Turbo 4, I'm just, I've never really been that impressed with the Turbo 4 on this. Not that there's anything wrong with this motor at all. It's just, I really prefer the 3.8 in this car. Although, with a little 4-banger, it looks like everything is easy to get to. We're full of brake fluid, and I'm pretty sure the slave cylinder runs off the master cylinder here, so should be a line that runs down there and handles the clutch assist. So there's probably a slave cylinder or something down here that has gone out, and I'm thinking it's probably not that big of a deal to fix. And for $1,000, it's like $1,050, buy it now. Like, it's not a bad deal for a Genesis, a 2012 Genesis for $1,000. Like, I really got to talk myself out of it, but it's got cracked windshield pretty badly. Windshield is cracked to the side, windshield is cracked to the top, windshield is cracked over that way, hail damage, all kinds of body damage everywhere. But for $1,000 car that you could probably fix yourself for, you know, maybe 200 bucks, well, to get the transmission working, probably, you know, $200. For the rest of the body work, windshield and all that stuff, yeah, you're gonna be looking a lot more. But I don't know, I like it. I'm gonna keep thinking about it, but really I think I'm gonna stay away from this one. I don't think I just need this headache right now. And with that, we're going to get out of here. Big shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for joining and watching this video. Comment below any of the cars that you liked or what you would be willing to bid on them. And heck, even go ahead and comment what you think they would resell for, if you've got the time. If not, I understand. Leave the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, hey, consider hitting that subscribe button and that bell icon. I would truly appreciate it. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, where you will see so much stuff happening like a good week before you're going to see it on YouTube. You can follow me at Auto Auction Rebuilds. That's on Twitter. Instagram and Facebook is just Auto Auction Rebuilds. I'm going to get out of here, folks, but until next time, stay safe out there. I will catch you all very soon in the next one.